Falcons family, what's good, y'all? I'm Craig Green, CG, and I'm back for another edition of Falcons Daily here on a Thursday. Thanks again for everyone hitting the subscribe button. Thanks again for just clicking on this video and chopping it up with us here today. First topic of discussion, we're not going to waste any of your time. We're going to chop it up and look at Kirk Cousins for a few minutes here. Kirk Cousins was listed by Sports Illustrated as the best backup quarterback in the NFL. One thing is for certain, he's the most expensive backup quarterback in the NFL. But is he the best? Their reasoning really had to look at his performances last year. Again, 509 yards against the Bucs was one of the more impressive games I've seen. He made some really good throws in the early going for the Falcons. He was masterful and against the Eagles. Again, that was one of my favorite wins of the season. Obviously, it was the first one of the season, but still one of my favorite moments of the year. The touchdown to Drake London running in the flat there and run that little short flat out into the end zone and scoring the touchdown and beating Darius Slay. That was beautiful thing. But yes, Kirk Cousins listed as the best NFL backup in the league. The top five, I'll just give you the top five just to break it down for you. So one is Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo of the Rams is second, Daniel Jones of the Colts is third, Jake Browning of the Bengals fourth, and Jackson Dart of the New York Giants is fifth. First of all, I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Jackson Dart has not played not one NFL snap. All he's done is wear helmets and shorts. So how could he be better than other NFL quarterbacks who've actually taken snaps, taken hits, and have been through training camp and such the like? So I'm going to call a little bit of BS on Sports Illustrated on number 5 on that list. I would much rather see no rookies on the list. If you haven't taken a snap in the NFL, how can you be better than somebody who already has? I just don't understand that whatsoever. But just looking at the list, of all the backup quarterbacks on this list, Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton, that's 8. Malik Willis is 9. Jacoby Brissett is 10. Of all these guys, to be quite honest with you, I'd rather have Kirko, than any of them. And I can see why they went with him. You've got guys on the list like Joe Milton for the Cowboys, Hendon Hooker, Zach Wilson, my guy T-Mobile, Tyrod Taylor, Tanner McKee, Jared Stidham, Taylor Heineke, former Falcon. Shout out to him. The only other guy I would say could probably, outside of, I'm looking at the backups here. Some of the rankings are kind of ridiculous. Kenny Pickett that far down, 23rd. Mason Rudolph, 26th. This is a guy who's started multiple games and been with the Steelers organization forever. I think, to be honest with you, I really feel like Mason Rudolph should be somewhere in the top 10, as opposed to way up there 27. You mean to tell me that Mac Jones, who really hasn't done much of anything in the NFL, is better than Mason Rudolph? You mean to tell me Jackson Dart is better than Mac? No, absolutely not. It's ridiculous. But yes, back to the original point. Is Kirko the best backup quarterback in the NFL? Probably. I'd rather have him than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'd rather have him than Daniel Jones, even though I'm a Duke fan and I love Daniel Jones when he came out of Duke. But yeah, Kirko, the most accomplished. Kirko has the skill set. He's again not going to run and beat you with his legs. He's going to beat you with his mind and his arm, and he's proven it over and over again that he can do those things and he can come through in some clutch moments. Now, keeping the topic on Kirk. ESPN was looking at some potential trade spots for Kirk Cousins, and they laid out 4 different trade scenarios to 3 different teams. One of them is the Vikings twice. So the first one laid out by Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. It was Dan Graziano, Jeremy Fowler, Ben Solak, and Seth Walder from ESPN who laid out all these trades. Jeremy Fowler thinks that the Falcons should trade Kirko to the Browns, and that trade would basically have Kirk going for a 7th round pick to Cleveland for Kenny Pickett in a 6th. I would take that if the Browns are going to take some of Kirko's salary, because remember, it's after June 1st now, so there is no the Falcons will get a little bit of cap relief if they do trade Kirk now or release him. But I think the number one thing would be making sure your backup quarterback is capable and serviceable, because if you do trade Kirko and you don't bring another quarterback in, again, your backup quarterback at that point going forward is going to be Easton Stick, and Easton Stick doesn't have that much experience in NFL play. So I'd rather have Kirko, or yeah, heck, I mean, I'll take the Kenny Pickett trade scenario all day long. I mean, I would much rather have Kirko here, but if we are gonna make the move, yeah, Kenny Pickett and in a 6th-round pick or a 7, Kenny Pickett in a 6 for Kirko in a 7, and then have hopefully Browns would eat up some of that cap space. But I would take that trade. All right, so the next one proposed by Dan Graziano. This trade has Kirk going back to Minnesota for a 5th-round pick, a 7th-round pick in 2027, and then $10 million in cash to help offset some of the cap and on some of some of his salary for 2025. And again, Kirk Cousins, you got to remember, he has a no trade clause. So any trade the Falcons bring to him, he's going to have to approve it. Doesn't matter if the Falcons want to move him or not. So, and we already know he's not from Minnesota, but he does like it there. His family likes it there. His wife is from Atlanta, which was one of the selling points of the trade to Atlanta in the first place. But Kirk and his family did like Minnesota. They liked living in that area, and he liked playing for the Vikings. So, again, we could see that happen. But I don't know if the Falcons would take a 5, a 7, and $10 million. So maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But again, that puts you in a scenario where you have either Easton Stick or Emory Jones as your backup quarterback. Do you really want that? Again, you got to think carefully. The third trade, this one here, was proposed by Ben Solak, and Ben Solak thought that the Falcons should trade Kirko to our old buddy Arthur Smith in Pittsburgh with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That would be for a 6 and some cash. And for Pittsburgh, it would be something that could be a stopgap for them. It could be that would get them immediately out of the Aaron Rodgers saga, sweepstakes, drama, whatever it may be, courtship. Don't know how you want to phrase it, but according to Ben Solak, he thinks that Cousins would really be a good fit for Arthur Smith and what he wants to do. Again, a lot of that Shanahan derivative offense has been around the league. He was doing some of it in Minnesota. Also, I mean, Arthur Smith still runs it. So, again, he would be a good fit out there for him. He'd have receivers to throw to. DK Metcalf being one of them. I know they just traded George Pickens to the Cowboys, so that would make it a little less enticing, but you still have Najee Harris in the backfield to hand it off to as well. So, if the Steelers would eat a little bit of his cash and give the Falcons a draft pick or two, it's very possible that that trade could go down. Fourth trade and final one that was proposed by Seth Walder, another trade to the Vikings. This one instead. This would be Cousins, just Cousins by himself for Sam Howell and some cash. And that would, again, for the Falcons, I think that deal would be more sweet for the Falcons because, number one, you get a backup quarterback, a little bit with a little bit more talent, a little bit more accomplishment than Easton Stick, number one. And number two, if you do get cash, that's cash you can help to basically help offset the Kirk Cousins salary and the cap hit you're going to take. So those are the trade scenarios that were proposed, and honestly, I think they're all pretty good ones. My favorite of the which would be bringing Kenny Pickett over to Atlanta from Pittsburgh. I think, or from Cleveland, that is. I think that's my favorite of the trade scenarios. Again, you get a backup quarterback, you get some cash relief, and you get a draft pick too. I don't know if Pittsburgh would take it, but at the same time, they're looking for a quarterback after Russell Wilson left, and now also after Justin Fields left. So right now, Mason Rudolph is the guy for them. But if they feel confident with Mason Rudolph, then you roll with him. If you don't, then this is a move you definitely have to consider. Again, Kirk Cousins does carry a big price tag on him, but also he does have a reputation for making some clutch plays as well. Can Bijan and the offense be more explosive in 2025? Possibly. I hope so. It's what Bijan wants. He said that, they're done doing these 30-yard runs. He wants some 50-yard runs, 60-yard runs. He's been working on explosive drills, things like that. And again, if you remember, Bijan last year ran for over 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns. And then when you look at his next gen stats, Bijan had 34 explosive runs, which are runs of 10 yards or more. So 34 of those, and that was fourth in the NFL. Basically, after that, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, these guys all had runs 70 plus yards. So Bijan is trying to get into that category. We can line up on the 30, 35 yard line, 1st and 10, take it all the way to the nest. So he's looking to turn some of those 10 yards gains into bigger ones. I don't blame him. I mean, it's going to definitely take some more explosion at the point of attack. It's definitely going to take really good blocking at the point of attack as well for all that to happen, just running through the right gaps, making some guys miss, and perhaps maybe a little bit of luck. But again, Bijan does have the skill set to do it. He does have the speed to he can be a home run hitter in the Falcons' office. Hell, so can Tyler Algier. We've seen him just barrel through people and take off when he gets ahead of steam. He's kind of, in my opinion, he's more like a faster version of Michael Turner. A big bruising back, but he can haul it when he's got the ball in his hands, and he's hard to stop. Very, very hard to stop. Guys, last topic of the day for us right now is minicamp, because today on Thursday, it's the last day of OTAs. That's wrapping up. And what can you expect at the mandatory minicamp, and how is it a little bit different from the OTAs? The number one factor in what makes it different is that OTAs are optional. You don't have to go if you don't want to. Minicamp is mandatory. So if you're not there, whether you're a rookie or a veteran, they're going to fine you for not being in attendance, unless you are in an excused absence, obviously. So it's going to be more helmets and shorts. It's going to be more game situations. No full pads, no full contact just yet. That doesn't happen until training camp. So again, it's going to be more of the same you see now, just revved up, ramped up, and a little bit of a longer day. Really, OTAs I believe are capped at around 6 hours. The minicamp days can go as long as 10. So, excuse me, y'all. So again, the Falcons are going to be putting in a lot of work over the mini camp. That actually starts around June 9th. So next Monday, mini camp will begin, and the Falcons will be locked in from that point forward. Once mini camp is over, they'll get a little bit of a break, and then they'll have to come right back in for training camp and strap those pads and helmets on. All right, Falcons family, thanks again for tuning in today. Thank you again for clicking the subscribe button. We are over 700 subscribers. Let's get to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Let's get to 5,000. Okay, that's the number I want to see. 5,000 subscribers and also 5,000 passing yards from Michael Penix Jr. Wouldn't that be nice? Let's also give FanArch Co. a follow if you don't mind. And also please give me a follow on social media, Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G and the word sports. Please give me a follow on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, and Cash App, as well as YouTube as well. Guys, thank y'all again for tuning in. We will see you back on Falcons Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind, be great. Sayonara, and buenos noches.